Hey guys, it's Steve. I'm going to be checking in today with the bass mono synth by Electro-Harmonix. This is a cool little pedal that will make a great addition to your pedal board, and we're going to talk about some of the reasons why it's really cool and how to kind of tune it in and make sure it works for what your needs are. Alright, I'm going to be back in 1 minute with the bass mono synth. So here we have the bass mono synth. It's plenty of room for extra tweakability depending on how you really want to get your synth to sound. There's so many cool sounds that you can really dial this in with all kinds of like really cool 70s, 80s style synth tones. What we're going to look at right away is the 11 different types of synth sounds. We have a growl, we have a wub, a unison, a twin, a specter, an oblivion, a laser, an Xfade, acid, cosmic, and sub. Electro-Harmonix bass mono synth effects pedals features converts from the electric bass guitar into a fat sounding mono synth. Doesn't require instrument modifications, which is really great, so you're not adding any kind of MIDI pickups to that. There's 11 great synthesizer sounds that we can dial in and make really unique to our playing. Sensitivity knob. The sensitivity knob is going to be this guy right here, and that's going to allow us to tune in the response. The control knobs are adjustable. These are 11 different styles, different types of synth that we might want to use. And then, of course, we have a dry and synth knobs right here, dialing in how much bass sound you want and how much of the synth we want in there. Expensive, depending on pedal. But what we do have is our inputs, our single input expression pedal, and then we have a synth out and a dry out. We can also set our presets, and we have our bypass. This, I believe, has a true bypass, which is really nice. The Electro-Harmonix bass mono synth retails for about $123 on Musician's Friend and also Sweetwater. And what we're going to do is we're going to play through some of these different sounds. I'm going to turn the bass on. So I'm going to turn the synth off. Okay, and I'm going to turn down the synth effect. And I'm going to turn this on again so you can hear what it sounds like running directly through. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn up the synth, and we can hear the synth start to kick in. Alright, so now that I bring the synth up, I'm going to make it even with the dry signal. So what we're going to do now is let's bring the sensitivity all the way up. And currently we're on the laser setting right here. And let's bring up the control and max it out. Let's hear how that sounds maxed out. And that is our just keep the synth signal up and hear how that sounds if we can find something that's pleasing. Let's turn down our amp a little bit. Okay. Okay, let's turn down the control a little bit more. Turn the sensitivity down and the control all the way up. So the sensitivity, when the sensitivity does come down, it takes a lot more physical manipulation of the strings. I have to hit a little harder to get it to actually respond. So by turning the sensitivity up, it takes a little less work for me get an effect to kick in. So I might turn that up, sensitivity, and then bring down the control. That's pretty cool. So let's go on to the Xfade now. Let's give that a try. So I'm going to blend in, again, the bass sound. Let's bring that back down over here. Okay, let's bring that back up, and let's bring the sensitivity down a little bit. Let's bring up the dry signal with that, and bring this back. And just for note, we are using the Phil Jones Session 77, and we are using a Music Man cutlass for this. All right, so let's move on to the acid effect. Let's bring this back to center. So the acid is adding a sub effect in there. Let's go a little bit more. Let's turn up the sensitivity, turn up the synth a little bit more. Okay, let's turn that back down. Let's move on to the next one. So now we are at the cosmic. I'm going to leave the sensitivity where it is, because I think once you bring the sensitivity down so much, you end up with nothing. So there's kind of a good tipping point, I feel like, right about here. Okay, moving up, we're going to come into the sub. And like it says, there is our sub. Let's bring up the dry signal with it. Tracks pretty well. Tracks very well. Let's go up. So we're going to go on now to the growl. We're going to bring the dry signal down. Let's bring the synth up a little bit. Okay, what I'm going to do is bring the dry signal back up, bring the synth down. Let's bring the synth back in. changing the control setting, we get a wildly different effect. So now we've moved on to the wub. That's pretty much an accurate name for that, I would say. So the control in this case is going to affect kind of the oscillating of the speaker with that. Yeah, I kind of like it. For me, I would probably sit somewhere between the dry and the synth, probably almost 50-50 on that. I like that though. So let's move on. Our next one is called the Unison. Still on the Unison. That's okay. This is the twin. So my find is that on the twin here, the control is going to give it a little bit more of a vowel-y kind of sound. So we can bring that back a little bit, maybe bring the synth back and bring up the dry signal. Let's bring it back down. Kind of like that cranked, actually. I think that sounds pretty good there. Let's move on. This is called the Specter. Yeah. I do like it. It's kind of a cool effect. I don't know where I would use that for long term. Like any of these effects, you don't want to base your sound around an effect. I know a couple guys who do, but you run out of options after a little while. But it's nice to have it for maybe an intro, maybe a build, maybe for a song. It's kind of cool. Definitely play with it. I find that with anything like this, I would definitely go for more of a dry sound of that. And then finally, what we have is the Oblivion. Again, you have oscillation by the control. Let's bring that dry back out, bring up the synth again. And that's all we're controlling here is just the volume of the synth and the bass. The final review, and I would say just this pedal in general, is that it is absolutely a great pedal. It is definitely a positive part of your pedal chain. It has a solid metal frame. It is totally worth having. My advice is check it out. The sounds are adjustable. You can dial it into the way that you want it, and really make it something that you want to have in your set list. You know, do you have a song that needs this? It's a great option for that. Mine's a little dirty. It's been with me for a little bit. But it's held up now for about 6 months and probably about 30 or actually probably about 50 shows that I've played with this. So it's really great if you want to add that in there. You know, the expression pedal, is it worth having? Yeah, I would say it is. If you really want to get the most out of this pedal, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it with the expression pedal, but it would make for a really great option. So my advice is definitely try it out. Give it a shot. You know, what's the worst that could happen? All right, guys. Peace, love, and low notes. I hope you have a great time out there. Stay in touch. Click that like button. Let me know what's going on. You know, also subscribe. And let's keep a conversation going, because where do we really get to meet other musicians anymore other than, you know, online? So let's stay in touch. Let me know how you're doing out there. You know, let me know if you have any questions.